All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Luis Morales here, health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk, 11 a.m. Thursday, last day of the work week for all of us associated with Autodesk, which is really nice. Get a nice, long, relaxing weekend. Before we get started, if there's anything you guys feel needs a little bit extra love, a little bit of extra stretching, go ahead and drop it into the chat. Give you guys a second or two for that. We can definitely work it into the routine here today. All we're gonna need is a little bit of space here today, guys. Let's see what has Jazzy got for us. Neck. You got it, Jazzy. We actually planning on starting out with some neck, so that fits perfectly with what we already got going on. If anyone else wants to drop anything in there, feel free to do so at any time. I'll keep my eye out, and we can keep working stuff into the routine. But let's get started. Let's stand on up, get some space around us. We're gonna start with some neck stuff. We're gonna start in standing. So let's see, Eric, everything. You got it, Eric. I know we're gonna work kind of top down here a little bit. Work on the whole posterior chain, work on some spine, maybe some end with some shoulder stuff. But let's plant those feet about shoulder width apart, comfortable distance apart here, guys. We're gonna relax those arms, keep the tummy muscles tight. Let's bring the chin down to the chest, and we'll start off with our nice neck circles. So whatever direction you guys decide to start with, think about drawing the biggest possible circle that you can with an imaginary pen or pencil, whatever, attached to your nose. Breathing as we go. We're just trying to bring each ear to each shoulder. Make sure the rest of our spine doesn't move. Slowly roll through these rotations here, guys. We're aiming for about 3 here. Keep breathing. Slowly, try and do each ear, each shoulder. Pops and cracks are typically okay here, guys. And then once we've done 3, we'll go ahead and reverse directions. Trying to keep those shoulders down as well. Just moving the head here, pulling, stretching all those muscles. Good job, you guys. Wherever we're at, let's make this one our last rotation, third rotation, another direction. Good work, you guys. Good work. Let's end with our chins on our chest or as close as we can get to it. And then slowly bring that head back up. All right, nicely done. Next, let's go ahead and make our way onto the ground. What we're gonna do here is come onto our backs. I'm gonna bring my camera down so you guys can see what I got going on down here. We're gonna come down onto our backs here. Ooh. And what we're gonna do is a little bit of posterior chain, hamstring / calf stretching. So once we get all the way down onto the ground here, we're gonna have those knees bent. We're gonna start with the right leg. So right leg's gonna come up towards the ceiling, kind of bent here. You can stay bent at the knee. I'm gonna interlace my fingers here on the back of my leg and holding my leg up in the air here. What we're gonna start to do is move at the ankle. So point those toes up towards the ceiling and then try and bring that heel all the way up towards the ceiling. Good, you guys. All right, we're gonna slowly start to alternate. You can start to go at your own pace here, but we wanna put emphasis on the heel going up. That's where you're gonna feel that calf stretch, that hamstring stretch, maybe that low back stretch. And feel free to play around with this one. You might need to pull the leg in a little bit closer in order to get some desired tension. Maybe it's a little less knee bend. Go ahead and play around with it, see what works best for you. Again, we're trying to stay comfortable here though, guys. Keeping the back of that pelvis glued to the ground. Just going back and forth with that ankle. Good job, you guys, good job. What we're also doing is kind of doing a little flossing with some nerves that come out of our lower spinal cord, run all the way down to the bottom of our legs. Just pulling them back and forth, making sure they don't get stuck to any other of the tissues that they run through / run near. Good job, you guys, good job. Still working here, still working. All right, let's bring that leg down. Go ahead and Switch over to the other side. All right, so other leg up in the air here now. Same thing, play around with this side. It might feel a little bit different. We want to move at that ankle. Knee can be slightly bent. We're just looking for some calf and hamstring stretching. Breathe through it here, guys. I know that tension as the heel goes up can be intense at times. Breathe through that tension. Good job, you guys. Good work. Keep moving that ankle back and forth here, trying to bring the heel as high as possible. All right, you guys, one more here. Toes up, and then heel up. Good, nicely done. All right, we can let that knee bend, bring that leg back to the ground. Good work, you guys, good work. Okay, from here, we're gonna flip onto our stomachs here, flipping on over into the prone position. All right, so we're down on the ground here in a prone position. What we wanna do is relax that lower body entirely. We wanna make sure we can also keep those hips connected to the ground here. And what we're gonna do from here with those hands up around face level is just push ourselves up until we can plant our elbows nice and solid, just right under our shoulders here. Again, want to make sure that our pelvis is, the front of our pelvis is still connected to the ground. And from here, let's try and pull those shoulder blades down into our back pockets. What we're just going to do is breathe here for a few breaths. Let that belly expand as much as possible. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. Try and bring the gaze up to look forward if you can. We're getting some nice extension, some backwards bend into the spine here, guys. This is a position that, as we sit at our desks all day, we typically don't get into. So it's important to kind of push your body into these positions that we don't otherwise get naturally through our routines, through work, etc. Got to maintain this range of motion, or else one day we're going to wake up and it will be all gone. Good job, guys. Good work. Let's do one more big breath, one more deep belly breath. Good work, you guys. And on that exhale, slowly let yourselves down. And then we can push ourselves up into either hands and knees or peel ourselves off the ground. We're going to come all the way up into standing here. Let me mess around with this camera real quick. There we go. Okay, camera's back on me. Okay, perfect, guys. So standing all the way up, what we're going to do here now is a little bit of forward fold. So it's key when we fold down to try and touch the ground that we're not just kind of, bending. It's essential to bend at the waist, but we want to make sure our pelvis actually moves backwards. It's going to make it a little bit easier for us to get down and touch the ground. So if you guys can see yourself in any kind of reflection, I would definitely recommend giving yourself the good side profile here and practice pushing the hips back, weight into the heels, and then trying to reach for the ground. This is going to make it a lot easier in the long run to try and get those hands to the ground. And even if you're not there today, totally okay. We're just trying to get as close to the ground as we can. Let that head hang, breathe, do whatever you need to do and to stay relatively comfortable. All right, you guys. So from here, if you're not already touching the ground, go ahead and bend those knees so you can get those fingers and those hands on the toes. Bend those knees a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and bend mine as well. And then from here, what we're gonna do is do our best to keep the hands on the ground or hands on the toes. And we're gonna straighten those knees just a little bit, as much as you can tolerate. Trying to get as close to locking those knees out as we can. So this should be kind of a nice little low back stretch / a hamstring stretch. And even if you can't lock out those knees, that's okay. Just going back and forth, trying to get as close as you can is going to eventually help us gain that ability to put our hands on our toes or hands on the ground, whatever your goal may be. Keep breathing here, guys. Breathe into that tension. The more we do it, the better and looser it's going to feel. Good job, you guys. Good job. All right, one more here. Bend those knees and then straighten them out best you can. Big stretch, breathe into it. And then bend those knees, take away that tension. Good work, you guys. All right, from here, what we're going to do is slowly roll ourselves up. You can bend those knees or keep them straight, whatever is more comfortable for you. We're going to slowly roll up, squeeze those glutes, bring those hips right back under you. And we're going to end with some nice shoulder rolls here. So planting those feet, what we're going to do is some backward shoulder rolls, bringing those shoulders together in the front, shrugging them up near the ears, pulling them back together, and then letting them slide down the back of our rib cage. And start to move at your own pace. Just loosening up those shoulders again, trying to draw some big circles with those shoulders. Breathing as we go. Good job, you guys. Good job. Good work, you guys. Good work. Make sure the rest of your spine isn't moving. We want to move those shoulder blades about the rib cage. Everything else is staying nice and solid. All right, final 2 reps here. Big backward shoulder rolls. Last one. Excellent work, you guys. Shake those arms out. Thank you guys for joining me for this brief stretch break away from the desk. I hope it got your blood flowing a little bit better. Maybe you're a little more woken up. Either way, we're ready to tackle the rest of our Thursdays. So hope you guys will join us for Exercise with Exos. That's at 12 p.m. Another stretch break with me at 2:30. And then at 4:30, we have abs and core / mobility with Brittany to close out the short week. So hope you guys will join us for those. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, Luis.
Thank you.
Take care, you guys. See ya.